Apple is the most profitable company in the world. People love their products, and for good reason. The tech they produce is almost always on the cutting edge of technology and innovation, but not always. Recently, there's been a lot of hype around the Apple Vision Pro, a mixed reality headset where you can look like a cyborg in public. Don't get me wrong, this technology will be the future, but as of right now, it is not. First of all, the price tag is just absolutely wild. These things will run your pocket for $3,500 for, let's just face it, a glorified iPad. At the moment, the Vision Pro has every app and every function that an iPad has. And while the eye tracking and hand controls are really cool, that doesn't change the fact that it's really offering nothing different for the consumer. Anyway, the popularity of the Vision Pro got me thinking, what were some of the other Apple products that didn't quite hold up to the standard that Apple has for itself? And there were a lot more than I was expecting. Did you know that in one point in time, Apple tried to make a gaming console? No? Yeah, me neither. They did a great job of covering it up. It was called the Apple Pippen. The year was 1996. The original PlayStation was released 2 years prior, and console gaming was on the rise. Apple decided that it would be in their best interest to delve into the video game landscape and try to get a piece of that gaming pie. Apple, along with another corporate giant, Bandai, joined together and created what they thought was the future of gaming. These two iconic brands expected to sell 500,000 Pippins per year, and they didn't even get in the realm of that. They only sold 40,000 Pippins. That's a measly 8% of what they expected they were going to sell. That just makes me want to puke, dude. Part of the reason why the Pippen failed so miserably is because a good amount of the games were already available on other Apple products like their computers and stuff.
Hi, my name is Gus.
And the ones that were exclusive were just dog shit. It was also like way more expensive than other consoles on the market. At the time, it was about $600. And in today's money, that would be around $1,000. The controller was also super weird. It was shaped like an obese boomerang. And while that seems like a cool idea, it was really bad when it came to actually trying to use the controller. And the weirdest thing about the controller was it had a trackball in the middle of it, like what the old mouse used to use for the PC. Speaking of old computer mice, Apple is also responsible for making probably the worst mouse in history. Feast your eyes on this beauty. This is the Apple Hockey Puck computer mouse. It was released in 1998 alongside the iMac G3. It was created with fashion and design in mind rather than actual functionality. Surprisingly, the thing was actually pretty popular at the time because of its use of USB. It was one of the first things to use it. That's right. The hockey puck is one of the things that made USB mainstream. So you should take the time to thank the hockey puck for that. Anyway, there was one serious problem that led the hockey puck to its doom.
Oh my God, bro.
It was terrible to use. The round shape of the puck made it really painful to use for over like 5 minutes. Most of the time when people use a computer mouse, they try to use their whole hand with their palm and everything, but you cannot physically do that with this mouse. The mouse is, first of all, just way too small and oddly shaped. So you have to straddle the puck with your pinky and thumb and awkwardly click with your index or middle finger. Also, as you may have noticed, the puck only has one button. For some reason, Apple was really reluctant to switch over to like the double click style of mouse and remained dead set on having just one button. So nowadays, these things go on eBay for like 20 to 30 bucks. So if you're actively trying to get carpal tunnel, there you go. They're pretty easy to get your hands on. Quick intermission here so I can beg you to subscribe. I'm currently at 10 subscribers. Let's go, dude. Make sure you guys smash that sub button so we can hit 15. For real though, please, that would really help me. If you want to listen to music nowadays, you just crack open Spotify or Apple Music. But in 2001, we were not blessed with the same amenities that we have now. For all you Gen Alphas out there, this is an iPod. Released in 2001, this contraption allows you to download up to 1,000 songs. Can you believe it? That was actually kind of crazy for the time. I remember having this as a kid, and I vividly remember listening to the intro to Big Bang Theory over and over again for like 3 hours. And don't ask me why I did that. I have no clue. Anywho, iPods were huge at the time. Do you know what wasn't huge at the time? The iPod sock. The iPod sock was released in 2004, marketed as a way to protect and decorate your iPod. But here's the catch. It didn't protect anything. If you dropped your iPod, that thin layer of cloth was not going to stop it from breaking. And the claim that it's decoration doesn't really hold any merit either because, I mean, look at it. They were also, again, very expensive, which seems to be a theme today. They went for about $30 at the time, which is nearly $50 in today's money. Overall, they were just really tacky and ugly, and they probably got dirty and stinky really fast because you're walking around all day with it in your pocket, and it's not like you're throwing it in the washer or anything. And if we're being honest, the iPod just kind of looked cooler without it. Also, if I bought that thing, it wasn't going on my iPod. It would be going somewhere else, if you know what I mean. Anyway, moving on. If you're watching this, statistically, you're probably on your phone. If you aren't, give yourself a pat on the back for being different. Smartphones are one of, if not the most important invention of our generation and or lifetime. They are vitally important to how our society functions in the modern age. But without this Apple product I'm about to show you, we probably wouldn't have iPhones in the way we do now. This is the Apple Newton. Released in 1992, it was designed to be something you could carry around in your pocket to get work done. It was about the size of an iPad, so I have no clue what kind of pockets they had in 1992, but I digress. It came with a stylus. It had the ability to message. You could send a fax with it. You could also write notes with it with the stylus, and it had a calendar function. All in all, it's very similar to the iPhone. So why did it fail so bad? Well, one of the main reasons it failed was because the Newton was terrible at doing what it promised to do. It went really hard marketing a function in which it would translate handwriting into text. And you could use that text for messages or whatever you needed it for, really. But it was infamous for not being able to do that function in the slightest. It could never translate the words properly, and it was made fun of relentlessly for that. The Simpsons even made fun of it.
Hey, Dolph, take a memo on your Newton. Beat up Martin.
And it was really just a problem to carry around with you all day. There's a reason why you don't see people walking around with iPads all the time, unless you're like a child. And there was a part of it that was really hard to keep track of. The stylus. Just like when you were a kid and you lost your stylus to your DS, because I know you did. The stylus of the Newton probably met the same fate. And the kicker, the thing that really killed the Newton, was, again, the price. The Newton went for $900. It was 1992, guys. I mean, Jesus Christ. That would be $2,000 in today's money. That's only $1,500 off the Vision Pro. And at least the Vision Pro works. The Newton lasted on the market for only like 6 years, and it was discontinued in 1998, right when they decided it was a good idea to make a perfectly spherical mouse. Even the most successful brand in the world can make mistakes, and I'm glad because we can continue to laugh at them for years to come.